Hey, what's up, everybody? So I just want to take the time out to make this video. So a few years ago, a good few years ago, because I believe I was a teenager, I remember my mother sent me to this place to go get something for her. I can't remember what in the details of it, but what I could remember is the principle of it. And so my mother sent me to go get something, got to this place. This gentleman behaved so bad at me, screaming at me, whatever. As I say, I can't remember the details. And so I left there, came back home in order to relay that to my mother. And I remember my mother being in the kitchen, left her pot. I believe she took off the fire under the stove, and she just headed down the road to go for this guy. And I'm behind her going because I wanted to see. And my mother went down to that place, and this guy met the guy, and he had a rage that was out of this world. And he started to argue with my mother, and my mother is like wanting to know, is like, what exactly did you tell my child, and he's arguing, and he was to the point taking up chairs, wanted to land it in my mother. And I remember this guy who was bigger than my mother, taller, bigger. My mother was up in his face, and she told him, I am not afraid of you. I will cut you down to pieces. And I never forget that. And I remember my mother walk out. I walked out with her and went. And recently God has been bringing that back up, that as a mother we have to arise for our children. And so recently I looked at the movie The Mother, where that is starring Jennifer Lopez. And although based on society she's not the caring or the nurturing type, but she used the skill set that she had and who she was to defend and protect her child, because that is what a mother does. And today I just want to encourage mothers. There's a system, there is a culture, there is a thing that is released into the earth, and that wants to possess our culture, possess our schools in order to come up against our children. But just like Deborah in the Bible, until a mother arises to come in the defense of a nation, nothing will not happen. And so my thing today is to encourage every mother in Zion, let us arise and defend our children, defend whatever the enemy is bringing towards them, to defend them and protect them. Take care, mothers in Zion.